Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Diamond Painting and Stitching with Laura. And I thought today that we would work on the hummingbird wreath. Just do something that wasn't beaded and wasn't drills, and yeah, it's just getting a little tired of messing. So I had to do something different. How's everybody's weekend going? I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I had today off. Been kind of busy today, I guess, if that's what it is, doing busy work. Whoops. See if I can get that to come down. I went and let me bring you in a little bit and come and bring you forward a little bit. I've been busy. I got up. I didn't get up till like 10 something because I didn't sleep worth a darn. And about 11 or so, I went and did my laundry and came home, got that all straightened out. Then I cleaned out, washed all the dishes from my green chili mess. That was a nightmare. And then I cleaned out the refrigerator. I didn't wash it all down, but I cleaned out all the crap that really didn't need to be there. I can only do things in stages because it's just too much of a task for me to do with my back and my joints. So, like, I did that part today, so maybe tomorrow I will wash, down the inside of the refrigerator, but just didn't feel like it. And did some diamond painting in between all that. And was working on the koi in the pond, but didn't get too much done of it. Just wanted to do some stitching, and last night I started working on this again just because it was sitting out. I put everything else away with their colors, with their what do you call it, with their instruction books and all that. And this one was one of the ones that I was gonna put everything in baggies. I still got baggies, but I never got to the bottom of the pile, and this was there, so I decided, well, I'll just work on it today and we'll do something a little bit different. And I think I went, what the heck? Yep, I did. I went one too many. I forgot what I was saying. So I just wanted to work on this. I started last night working on a little bit of it. No biggie. It's just kind of nice not to have to deal with the beads and drills and that kind of thing, and just do straight cross stitching. And what else did I do? It seems like I did something else. Oh, I cleaned off my table. So because I had to move that stuff from over by where the TV was, so I put all the little things away that I was working on, or had been working on for the past 3 or 4 months. And just didn't feel like working on, but all their beads are with them. And I had a couple that I had unboxed, the panda bears and stuff, and they were still sitting there. So cleaned off the table. So the only thing that's on my diamond painting table now is the big ones from Diamond Art Club, and the koi that I just told you about, and that lady with the parasol. But it just gets to be just too much, and when I feel like working on them again, I'll get them out. I even put the peacock away, the multicolored one. And so just wasn't messing today. I wanted to clean up a few things, get some stuff put away, because it just piles up and piles up and piles up. And of course, I had to order some more stuff. So, and some of it's coming by, we'll call it Tuesday or Thursday. But I don't know how quickly they'll be there. And Some of it's stitching and some of it's diamond painting. Didn't get any big diamond paintings. I'm saving, not saving up, but I just have no desire. I'm not seeing anything that is just striking me as gotta have that. No. But yeah, I have purchased another big stitching project, but it'll be here about the middle of August, so I'm not real worried. It'll give me time to get some of this junk taken care of and work on some other things, but so I think that makes about number 5 on the scale for the big ones that I have. I just love them. I just love them. I cannot resist buying them. They're just absolutely stunning, and I got not a whole lot of time, you know what I mean, to work on these things. I don't know where I think I'm going to actually finish them, but they're just straight stitching. They're not beaded big ones, but I got them off of Amazon. I still got a couple special drills coming, and I was watching Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, and what the heck is that? Boy, did I miss the mark on that one. Jeez. Oh my god. Gotta cut that end. But I do like the cross stitch. I don't want to get into too much different kind of embroidery. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. Now, I mean, like I said, I do know how to do these things, but I'm just not having it right now. And I came close to buying a set of the embroidered, well, it's actually a cross stitch pillowcases, but no, I didn't do that either. It's like, no, then that requires a hoop, and then, you know, it just goes on and on, you know, guys? I think I'm doing these backwards. Dagnabbit. Yep, I am. So, oh well, I'm not taking it out. They can kiss my ass. Nobody is looking at it but me. So, hey, we have enough problems getting it done, let alone taking it out and redoing it. If it was for somebody special, or I thought that anybody was ever really going to care, I would fix it, but not happening today. And I was looking at needlepoint stuff. I haven't done needlepoint in like, since dirt. God. But I just didn't feel like working with the yarn, and I don't know. Just not appealing. I'm still on the hunt for a, what do you call it? A sampler? So, that's still out there, and something that's going to be easy to accomplish. And even if it is, you know, a counted cross stitch, we'll just play it by ear. And I don't know, I told you there was a fabric store here in town, but I don't know if they have any kind of, I didn't go looking, that's why I don't know. What do you call it? Idiot cloth in any form. I'm sure they do, but a lot of the women that I see in there, they, whoops, I'm out of field here. Oh, well, that's even frickin' better. Hang on, guys. Gotta move the stupid light that only wants to come about 12 inches. There we go. Just so y'all can see what the heck I'm doing. The ladies that are in there, they're usually working on quilting, you know, because they bring their portable sewing machines, and they just stay for all day and have lunch, and, you know. My days for quilting's over. Just do not care to do that again. I love it, and there's something deep within me that loves quilting, but I just, not now. I'm just too tired for all this crap. It kind of comes up with the fact that I don't cook a lot. I use prepackaged stuff, or I'll get a frozen dinner, or something that's, food that's already cooked so it'll go together faster. I just don't want to spend my life cooking and quilting, it's, no. Well, as it is, we'll be stitching for a while. But I like this, and it makes me calm, and it makes you feel like you're doing something old-fashioned. Does that kind of make any sense at all? And I love the old-fashioned arts of, embroidery and needlepoint and all that, but this is what we're into now, so. And I used to love to do this stuff when I was, like, in my teenage years, because I just thought it was just so cool. I can't explain, because, it was something that my grandmother did, or something my great-grandmother did, or whatever, It's just, I don't know. And that's how I really got started, and then I got started on the quilting as well, for this very same reason. I mean, I had admired and loved and drooled over all those old-fashioned quilts, practically my whole life. And, until I got on my own, got my own kids or whatever, and thought that, what am I waiting for? I can do this, And so I taught myself how to quilt. I had a friend that quilted, so, she kind of interjected here and there. But, I love the old arts. And I love applique, but I just, oh my God. Yeah, no, I can't start anything different. And I used to applique. I can't even begin to tell you whose books they were. It was something under little quilts, and anybody in that art would know exactly who I'm talking about. They were little quilts, and they weren't but maybe 16 or 20 inches, square. I know it was smaller than this, but yeah, when we do applique stuff, and we got really good at doing that kind of stuff. We even did some Hawaiian quilting with the great big huge appliques, and yeah, it was beautiful. But I don't know, something has brought me back to this stitching, and I like it because it's easy, it's calm, I can read the pattern. I mean, I can look down here, and the key is right here, it's right at hand, it's easy to do. And I think that I went through all the struggles, of when I was younger, trying to do all these things, and they didn't have this good of quality, of, if there's such a word, easiness of doing things. Now it's an easiness of buying, because I can't freaking quit. So, but, I'm kind of being picky and choosy now, and going after things that I want, that I think are going to be beautiful when they're done. I'm just kind of being particular, shall we say. I'm not set, on this for the rest of my life, or anything like that. Of course, I know I got enough stuff to do it for the rest of my natural life, but, I wish that my daughter or my son, because men do this too. Come on, guys. They do it too. And, I remember Rosie Greer, and I'm thinking, my God, his hands are so huge. How is he doing needlepoint or whatever? I think it was needlepoint back in the 70s. And he was a football player, for crying out loud. He didn't care if anybody thought that was weird. It's what, and I don't think anybody was about to cross him, because he was pretty big, But people pick up, projects, because it appeals to them, and it also, within the craft, it makes them relax, and it helps their nerves or whatever. And let's face it, guys, I did start all my crafts, because of my nerves. Now, granted, 40, 50 years later, I'm a whole lot better off than I was when I was a teenager, because I was a neurotic mess. I just didn't pick the right craft. And my parents weren't so into keeping me into a craft, so I did knitting, stuff that was doable, within their budget. You know, so I didn't get to do decoupage or the quilling stuff, you know, that they all thought was Trick the Light fantastic back then. But I know decoupage was really good. But I just, you know, you have to build your artistic skills, you know, shall we say, and build them up, you know, and start. And don't think that you ever can't do it, because it can be done. It just takes patience and time, and the the want to do, you know. The want to do has to be there, you know, to teach yourself how to do it, and then, you know, go do all the research, you know, and now we have research at our fingertips these days. I mean, of like, the internet is an invaluable source of how to do stuff. And I mean, I wished I'd had it 40 years ago, you know. Of course, my parents wouldn't have, because I'd have been into a new craft about every week. But, you know, I always got, you know, like pillowcases or doilies, or because they were in style, they were in fashion. That was what everybody had in their houses. And so I got a project, and, you know, I'd finish it or I wouldn't, or whatever, you know. I mean, but it wasn't something that was too daunting that you thought, oh my God, I'm never going to get. So here we are. We're to obsessive compulsion, you know, of. But in my brain, I'm thinking, sure, I can finish this. Yeah. But, you know, I don't know if there's a paranoia too, that I will get so old that I won't be able to work, and then I won't have anything to do. So I'm backlogging all these projects so that, you know, oh, I feel like doing this there. You know, I feel like doing a diamond painting or whatever. God knows how long those kits are going to last, please. I have no idea before the glue totally dries up and blows away. But maybe I should start, you know, like when I retire, do the diamond paintings, you know, because fabric, you know, unless it gets eaten up by mice and everything else, is going to last. In my brain, it's going to outlast the canvases. So I have no idea, but so part of it is that paranoia that I won't have anything to do, you know, when I get old. And I'll just be one of those people that sits around and does nothing, and, you know, I can't imagine. I just, in my brain, cannot fathom sitting there and doing nothing. So, I mean, does anybody else feel like that, or am I the only weirdo here? Whoops. I'm trying to go across instead of up and down, so you can do that sometimes. But it's like one direction it'll let me do that, but in the others, not so much. And I know these aren't fast projects, you know. They're going to take a while, so. And there's lots of beautiful stuff out there, and it's just what appeals to people, you know. But I don't ever want to have nothing to do. I want to be one of those little old ladies that dies when she's like 112, sitting in her chair, either doing a diamond painting or stitching something, you know. And to say that I accomplished something, and something, I guess, kind of to leave behind as a legacy, you know, for our grandkids. And, you know, so they know that that's what grandma did, you know, or great grandma did. Or they got something special from grandma, and great grandma did that. Because it used to be quilts, and it used to be Afghans. I mean, my kids still have their Afghans that I gave them. And they still have the baby quilts that I made for their babies. And I hope that they can hang on to them until their kids are old enough to have babies of their own, you know. So they know what life was like and what people were doing, you know, as far as arts and crafts. And I don't know that any of my grandkids will pick up the arts, you know, and want to be involved in doing this kind of stuff ever, you know, or in their life. my kids, I tried to teach them when they were little, but they couldn't sit still long enough. So, you know, it's they wanted to be out and doing, and they were out and doing and athletic children. So, you know, there's no hard fast rule that says you're going to raise a kid that does this too. You know, because God knows I started when I was 6, and God dang it, I'm doing it again. I wanted to do it because, and I had the desire. See, the desire was there to do it because my grandmother and my mother, you know, worked on these kind of things, and that's how I got into some of it. But and I just wanted to carry it on to the next generations, because, you know, you figure in 20, 30 years they may not be doing these kind of things. You know, what do we know what the future holds? You know, they might think, God, that's just old-fashioned or whatever, you know. I don't know. You just, I don't know. All you can do is do it now and have them see that you're doing it. Get them involved if they want to. Don't shove it down their throat, you know. But, and I don't, you know. I mean, if they're interested, my grandkids, my daughter's kids, love to come over and paint. They like to paint with Grandma, so, and that's what they like to do. The other ones, you know, they're going to get into diamond painting, you know. So it's kind of carrying, you know. Who knows, in 30 years they'll have virtual diamond painting, and you'll just download it onto your computer and just do it like they do the coloring now. It'll be like, what's the point? You know, it's just taking up space, and there may not be that much space in this world, you know. So, yeah, it's something to think about. Sorry, we're getting in deep here, you know. But, it's just the way I feel today. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. I had to get a drink. I was running out of spit. But, yeah, so, it's something to think about, you know. And, you know, I'm always about teaching the next generation what has come before them, so that they know, you know, and know that it's out there. If they don't like it, that's their problem, you know, but at least you have introduced them to it, and they can make their own choices, you know, which they're going to do anyway, you know, no matter how hard you try. But, oh well, it is what it is. We haven't got a whole lot done on this. We've just got this little bitty part. I don't know. Let me see here. I got all of that. Comes down there, and then this part, so I'm filling it in as I'm going. Thought I'd work on them stars just up to about, if I can get you back a little bit, to this line area, you know, and then get that all finished, and then I'll go over here and finish that, and just do it like a block section at a time. I don't know, it might change, but yeah, it is what it is. But thank you guys for joining me today and listening to me blab on and on. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that's subscribed. Love you guys. And y'all have a good rest of your weekend. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye. God bless.